NASA's X-59 may be the aircraft that finally brings supersonic travel back to our skies. For decades, flying faster than the speed of sound has been possible. But flying faster than sound, quietly, has remained one of aviation's greatest challenges. Now NASA believes it has solved that problem. And if they're right, commercial supersonic flights over land could return for the first time in history. But how did we lose supersonic travel in the first place? And what makes the X-59 different from everything that came before it? To understand why the X-59 matters, we need to go back in time. In 1969, the world witnessed the birth of supersonic passenger travel with the Concorde. It was fast, elegant, revolutionary. The Concorde could fly from New York to London in under 3.5 hours. That was nearly twice as fast as traditional commercial jets. But there was one massive problem: the sonic boom. Whenever an aircraft exceeds the speed of sound, it creates powerful shockwaves. Those shockwaves reach the ground as a loud, explosive boom. It can rattle windows, disturb communities, and in some cases, even cause minor structural damage. Because of this, supersonic flight over land was banned in many countries, including the United States. Concorde was limited mostly to transatlantic routes over the ocean. Eventually, high operating costs, limited routes, and environmental concerns ended the Concorde era in 2003. Since then, no commercial aircraft has flown faster than sound. Until now, NASA's X-59 is not just another experimental aircraft. It is part of the Low-Boom Flight Demonstrator program. Its entire purpose is to eliminate the traditional sonic boom. Instead of a thunderous explosion, NASA wants the X-59 to produce something much softer, more like a gentle thump. But how is that even possible? The answer lies in the aircraft's shape. The X-59 has one of the most unusual designs ever seen in aviation. Its nose is extremely long and narrow, nearly 1/3 of the aircraft's total length. This elongated nose reshapes the shockwaves that normally combine into a loud boom. Instead of merging into one powerful blast, the waves are spread out, separated, softened. It's called shockwave shaping. By carefully designing the fuselage, wings, and engine placement, NASA engineers are controlling how pressure waves form and travel through the air. Even the cockpit is different. There is no traditional forward-facing window. Instead, the pilot relies on an advanced camera system called the external vision system. High-definition cameras display real-time images on internal screens. This allows the nose to remain long and smooth without sacrificing pilot visibility. The engine placement is also critical. Unlike many traditional jets, the X-59's engine is mounted on top of the fuselage. This shields some of the engine noise and helps further reduce the aircraft's overall acoustic footprint. All of this engineering serves one goal: reduce the sonic boom from something explosive to something barely noticeable. NASA predicts the X-59 will produce about 75 perceived decibels on the ground. That's roughly equivalent to the sound of a car door closing. Compare that to the Concorde, which produced booms exceeding 100 decibels. The difference is dramatic, but building the aircraft is only half the mission. The real test will come when NASA flies the X-59 over communities across the United States. Residents will be surveyed about what they hear, how disruptive it feels, whether it's acceptable. These data points will be sent to aviation regulators. If communities accept the sound level, regulations banning supersonic flight over land could change. And that's when everything transforms. Imagine flying from Los Angeles to New York in under 3 hours. Imagine crossing continents in half the time. Companies like Boom Supersonic are already developing commercial aircraft designed to operate in a future where supersonic overland flight becomes legal. The X-59 isn't meant to carry passengers. It's a technology demonstrator. Its mission is to prove that quiet supersonic flight is possible. If it succeeds, it could open the door to an entirely new era of aviation. But there are still challenges ahead. Supersonic aircraft consume more fuel than subsonic jets. Environmental concerns remain significant. And ticket prices for future supersonic travel may initially be high. However, technology always evolves. Modern materials are lighter. Engines are becoming more efficient. Sustainable aviation fuels are being developed. The return of supersonic travel will not happen overnight. But the X-59 may be the turning point. For the first time since Concorde, governments are seriously reconsidering the ban on supersonic overland flight. And it all depends on one aircraft. NASA's X-59 represents more than speed. It represents the possibility of reshaping global travel. The dream of flying faster than sound never truly disappeared. It was simply waiting for the right technology. And now, that technology may finally be here. If the X-59 succeeds, the future of aviation could look very different. Quieter, faster, more connected. Supersonic travel might not just return. It might become the new normal. The question is no longer whether we can fly faster than sound. We already can. The real question is, can we do it quietly enough to change the world? And NASA's X-59 is about to give us the answer.